What's up, guys? Today, I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons why I think American Express, as an issuer, is still the king of the points and miles space. I'm Luke, and you are watching Luke's Points and Miles. This channel is about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If that's something you want to learn about and discuss, consider subscribing. If at any time during this video you get any entertainment or any value, slap that like button for me and the YouTube algorithm. It's free. It's a great way to support the channel. Well, I told you what the video is about, so let's get into it. If you follow my channel, you may know that I have been moving away from American Express for the past few months in a planned and deliberate move to test the waters of using other issuers as a primary source of credit card rewards. Lately, I have, like some others, become kind of disenchanted with some of the moves Amex has made when it comes to annual fee raises and credits placed on cards in order to sort of gamify the value of holding those cards. It's not debatable that Amex cards are expensive and they require time and effort to maximize. But this video isn't about the pros and cons. Rather, these are the reasons why, in my opinion, Amex is still the champion of credit card issuers when it comes to those of us that love to travel and, well, travel in style. Here's why. Reason number 1, Amex is still the king. Let's start this off with a softball. No one comes close, at least in the points and miles game, to American Express when it comes to customer service. Now, I will be the first one to admit that this margin is likely closing, and it's because Amex is absolutely outsourcing some customer service overseas, and things have started to change. Gone are the days where you could expect to chat with someone that really knew the ins and outs of the Amex system. Now, I think you still have a chance to get someone knowledgeable, but a lot of times, at least for me, it seems like they have to check and get back with you. In the overall credit card game, it does seem like Discover might take the trophy, but again, I'm talking about the points and miles game here, so that's not going to be a fair comparison. I will share one quick story with you about Amex customer service. I have some kind of issue with actually going to Japan. I've booked this trip 3 times now, and I still haven't been there. One booking was with Japan Airlines, and I booked it through the Amex travel portal with cash. Well, this was at the very end of a worldwide pandemic, and my trip was the beginning of October, but Japan wasn't allowing tourists in until the end of October, unless you purchased a special travel guide from the Japanese government or something weird like that. Well, I'll make this short. Japan Airlines, even though I was not allowed to enter the country, would not refund my money or give me credit because of the class of the ticket. I know, my mistake. After several attempts at a reasonable resolution, Amex gave up with Japan Airlines and Amex just refunded me the ticket price. Did I deserve that? No, of course not. But Amex sometimes goes above and beyond when it comes to taking care of its customers. Chargebacks and disputes, at least for me, have been taken very seriously and have been relatively painless with Amex. Customer service is a pretty big deal with those of us that have opened a lot of cards, change a lot of cards, and push a lot of cash through a lot of cards. And I feel like when I call Amex, or in my case, chat with them, I'm going to get my business taken care of. I still can't believe Chase doesn't have a chat feature. Reason number 2. Now, this probably isn't exclusive to Amex, and I want to warn you that some of these reasons may kind of overlap, but Amex just has a great variety of products now. What do I mean by that? Well, most of us really focus on Amex membership reward point earning cards on the consumer side. And yes, those are really good, but they also have a lot to consider on the business side of things. That's a huge factor if there's maybe a co-branded partner you really like, such as Delta or Hilton. You can double up the earning pretty easily. Which brings me to another fact. Amex has amazing co-branded credit cards for your airline and hotel needs. Delta is consistently rated the best domestic legacy carrier in the States, and Amex has, 7 different Delta cards? They have 4 Hilton cards and 3 Marriott cards. So there's just so much to choose from. Recently, Amex began offering deposit accounts. And I might not even be able to list all the varieties, but right now I use Amex for my business checking account for this business. And I also have a personal high yield savings account with Amex. Both of those accounts offer big bonuses. The interface is good, and I keep everything on one account, on one page, one screen, and I like that. Reason number 3 should probably be number 1 for me, and that's just the sheer ability to generate a ridiculous amount of travel points. All of us in the points and miles game have been kind of waiting for these huge points offers to dry up with Amex, and they just keep coming. Huge bonuses, especially on the business side, have really almost made us numb to the numbers. We used to get excited about 100,000 MR points. Now we routinely see 125, 150,000, even 250,000 MR points are being offered on some of these cards. You can earn huge bonuses on the consumer side just by laddering up green, gold, and platinum. And there are several ways to circumvent the once-in-a-lifetime language through some clever upgrades and downgrades on the consumer side. But when we really see a glitch in the matrix is on this business side, where offers are sky high on no lifetime language cards. And these seem to be fairly common. And most of us, we don't even keep these cards, but they earn, both on bonuses and on the category spend. How many of you have grabbed a business gold for 100, 150,000 MR points bonus, and you know it's only going to be around 1 year? Even for those that don't really want to play hardcore, the Amex Gold Card generates tons of MR points through basic organic spend. I was always surprised just how many points I earned on the Consumer Platinum Card, even when everyone says it's not an earner. Even the most underrated and overlooked card in the game, the Green Card, that's also an earner. Combine all this with Amex offers and retention offers, and it's really hard to stay away from the king. Reason number 4 sort of takes some Amex criticisms, turns it around. I happen to think that the MR point flexibility is a strength. You'll hear folks talk about how you can't get much cash value from the MR point, but really all it takes is some effort. If you have the business platinum and an Amex checking account, you can cash them out for a penny a point. If you want a platinum card, just consider getting the Charles Schwab Platinum Card, and you can cash those out for 1.1 cents. Guys, this is not super complicated stuff. It just means maybe Amex isn't meant to be your part-time issuer. It requires your attention. Amex has the most transfer partners, and they have most of the hitters. I will admit they don't have Hyatt, but they do have great co-branded hotel cards to help with that issue, don't they? One very underrated MR point strategy for me is using the Business Platinum for its 35% points bonus within the Amex Travel Portal. It's better than the CSR. So I think this criticism is a little unjust, and Amex MR points are extremely versatile and should really work for just about anyone. I will wrap this list up with the fact that American Express Products can provide you with some very cool life experiences. Fine Hotels and Resorts is a program that should be able to get you out of your comfort zone and maybe expose you to some level of luxury that you've not experienced before. Status provided by Amex co-branded hotel cards could get you into that suite or that corner room that you've never gotten before. The heavy earnings, the great transfer partners might get you to finally research the points and miles game and book that international business class flight that, trust me, is so much different than standing in that Southwest line in Tampa coming home from the Best Western. Nothing wrong with that, but there is way more out there. It also might sound silly to some, but purchasing a Clear membership and having that global entry actually really changes the game. All these things are provided when you go deep into the Amex ecosystem. There are so many things we don't talk about, like big time travel and purchase protections, that if you have ever used, it could be a real lifesaver. Now listen guys, there are plenty of reasons to beat up on Amex recently, and I'm going to admit, I have quite a bit actually, but I'm throwing down the gauntlet right now, and I'm saying that Amex is still the king of the points and miles game for the reasons I outlined above. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and tell me who is better at giving us unique, big-time experiences and treating us like we are a somebody. Also, shameless plug, I'll leave my personal Amex referral link in the description below if anybody wants to apply for any Amex card. Guys, if you have stayed all the way to the end, I appreciate it, and I want to thank every single one of you.